Hi all. In this set of video lectures, we are going to see about what is actually a civil engineering, why civil engineering is important, and what are all the different softwares which a civil engineer should know before process building or construction and etc. So let me start with a short interesting story about the civil engineering. Once upon a time, there was a small village nestled in a valley between two mountains. So here the villagers had always struggled with flooding during the rainy season, and their homes and crops were often destroyed by rushing waters. So one day, a young civil engineer arrived in the village. She had been hired by the local government to solve the flooding problem once and for all. So the villagers were skeptical at first, but she quickly won them over with her expertise and dedication. The engineer studied the topography of the area and the flow of the river that caused the flooding. She then possessed a plan to build a series of leaves and diversion channels that would redirect the water away from the village. The villagers were amazed by her plan, but they also had concerns. They wondered how they would pay for the construction and maintenance of a new infrastructure. The engineer explained that the government had allocated funds for the project and that the new infrastructure would save the village from the cost of rebuilding after every flood. So the construction began. The engineer worked tirelessly alongside the villagers, showing them how to use the heavy machinery and helping them to lay the concrete and steel that would create the leaves and channels. So it was hard work, but the villagers were determined to see the project thoroughly. So they worked day and night through rain and shine until the infrastructure was complete. So when the first heavy rains of the next season arrived, the villagers were very anxious. Would the new infrastructure hold up, or would they finally be safe from the flooding? As the water rushed towards the village, the engineer and the villagers watched in the amazement as the leaves and channels diverted the water away from the village. So the water flowed into a nearby lake where it could be used to irrigate crops during the dry season. Obviously, the village was saved and the flooding problem had been solved once and for all. Thanks to the hard work and expertise of the civil engineer and the determination of the villagers. Yes. So the engineer stayed in the village for a while longer, teaching the villagers about the maintenance and upkeep of the new infrastructure, how to maintain it properly. And the villagers were very grateful for her help, and they knew that they could always count on her if they needed her again. So from the story we know that the power of the civil engineering and the dedication of those who believed in it.